Welcome back, CSC230, to part 3 of our ex1 lists and links. And I almost forgot this part because I finished up with part 2 when I recorded, and then I realized I didn't do this part. So I'm going to do this with part 3, the external link, and then I'll also have the part that I already recorded of submitting it through my Warren. So to have the external link, it means we want to be able to link from our first page. So just for example, when we go here, and I'll just close this up, and I'll go back here and I'll preview. Now when we preview, it always just goes to our main directory here, our main container directory. And then when we click on this, it goes to that page. Now how do we get to ex1? It doesn't. We have to type it in up here, and we're going to put a link down here on this page. Now this is index.html of our CSC230 W1 directory. So that's what we're going to do. So I could even keep this open as long as it doesn't confuse you. I'm going to go over here and open our other index, which is the index of this directory. And you can see it'll look different. And this is what I was saying. When you click on this, you could see the breadcrumb trail, or the mapping is going from CSC230 right into index. So you know that that's that one. And then when you click on this one, it's showing it's inside of ex1. So I'm going to be on this page, and all we're going to do here is right after this paragraph where we just put our name, I'm just going to hit return and just put another P tag or P element, put P, hit my tab key, and then inside here, I'm just going to put a link that'll be to ex1, and I'll just put ex1 lists and links. Now I mentioned you can put just the ampersand there, it should work, or you could put AMP semicolon. Now what we're going to do is we're going to hyperlink this, and we already learned how to do that from hyperlinking our shows on the other page. If you remember here, we basically had an anchor tag, an A ref, going to whatever in this case it was an external page. We're going to go to a page within our directory here, or within our series of directories here, and the closing A tag is going to be wrapped around that text. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to wrap this text around an anchor tag. So I'm going to put A and hit tab, and just like we did before, I'm going to highlight this closing A tag and drag it so it's after links. And there it is. So now it's hyperlinked, but where does this link to? This is the hyperlink reference. Now this is going to link to index.html inside of ex1. So how do we do that? Well, we just put ex1 / because remember, we're in the main directory. Now we're going inside a new directory. So we have to put ex1 / and then index.html. And that'll know to go into the ex1 directory first. And remember, if you did this, if you did a capital E, it's probably not going to work. So make sure you have everything exactly like it is. So that should go to that particular page. Now, we don't have to have it open in a new tab, because it's just going to replace that page. So we don't need the target equals blank. We'll just leave it like that. Here's our closing tag here. And I think that's all we should need. We should just make sure it works. So I'm going to save this page. And then when I go here, if I refresh it, I should see the link. And there it is. And if I click on it, it should take us to the page with that fall header. And there it is. So it works. So that's all you have to do for that to get the external link to work. We're just opening up our other index page that's in our main directory, just putting a anchor element or a hyperlink, wrapping it around whatever text you want to put. I'm just putting ex1 lists and links, and making sure it's going to the directory ex1 / and to index.html. That's all that you need there. Make sure you save it, make sure everything's done. So that's perfect. So that's all you have to do right now. And then when you're done, now I already recorded the part when you're done. So one thing I just want to mention here, that you could close this, make sure it's saved, close this, make sure it's saved, and you could, close up these folders, doesn't make a big deal. And when you're done working in Gorm, you could just close your container. So if you go over here to where your name is, just go to close container, and then I'll show you how you can just share your link, or basically you just have to go and say that you're done, because I should already have your shared link from the first exercise, from the first time you set up Gorm. So you shouldn't have to do anything else. Close your container, and you don't have to log off of Gorm unless you want to. Just close your container, and then you'll just see this same page with the dashboard. When you close your container, it'll just go back to the dashboard. And again, it always leaves two of these tabs open, so just close one of them or close both because you don't need them anymore. And then the next part of the video is just going to show you how to add a comment in coursework just so that I know you're done, and then I'll just go in and look at your container because I already have the link to it if you did exercise 1, the Gorm setup. But that's all we're going to do for this exercise. When we move on, we're going to start doing some CSS, but you can get started with this and get this done. You'll probably have another exercise to do this unit as well because this won't take you that long to do. But make sure you did your other one first and you have everything set up. Now the nice thing is when you're done, and I am done here, everything looks okay, so I could even close this. You just close these up and you might say, well, don't I have to share my link and do all that? If you shared your link with ex1, the first ex1, when you did your GourmIDE setup, if you shared your link and I responded in a comment and said, hey, everything's working fine, then you don't have to do anything else. I could just go right in and find it. All that you have to do is go back to coursework and go to Unit 2, and there's the exercise, ex1 list and links. There'll be more there by the next time you see it. And if you click on that, all that you have to do here is just go to Add Comment and just say complete. I mean, you could put complete in Gorm if you want, whatever. That's about it. You don't have to put anything else. Just put complete. As long as you did the exercise before this, you just have to put complete in Gorm. Because then when I see it, I see little icons that there's a comment and I know to look right away. And it's not a real big class either, so it's easier for me to find it. And then I can just go in and look at it. I don't have to, I already have your link from the first exercise. So that's all you have to do. And I'll see that you have a comment there and I'll know that you did it and I'll check it out. And if you ever mess something up here, you know, you could delete it, edit your comment, whatever you have to do. Or if you have a question that you need to throw in there. Also, remember, if you have a question that's more urgent, don't put it in comments, just email me. Make sure you do that. So that's ex1 lists and links. That'll go together with some of the reading that you're doing with HTML to get started. Just learning about structure, elements, just some of your basics. And hopefully you had fun with that and you got to revisit some of your favorite shows and things to do in the fall. So we'll see you next with EX2.